Good evening everyone. Hope all doing well. Quite a windy evening. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. 27th December now. Obviously a bit of a year through in terms of the day wetting through, but I thought I would do a live stream. Haven't done a live stream in a long while on the channel. So I thought I'll do a day wetting through. Like obviously I did community posts on it, but I thought I'll do it in terms obviously with my voice reports. So for the rest of the live stream, it probably will look like this. I am going to be sharing the screen, which will cover all my face up. So a bit like that. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So it all started off with Juan Sanchez, then Junior Fa, a 10-round contest in the heavyweight division, and Juan Sanchez getting the TKO win in round 7 to start off this day of reckoning. And for me, it's quite a weird fight, wasn't it? It was quite a weird fight. I thought Junior Fa had the choice early on. In terms of early in the fight, he had the choice. He made it awkward for Juan Sanchez until Juan Sanchez did get the knockdown, which swung it in Juan Sanchez's favour. For me, Juan Sanchez is very good fighter. He's got good combinations, good footwork, good combinations, and he's got quite a good energy as well on him. Quite patient as well, because if you like me, I expected Juan Sanchez to get the job done early on Junior Fa, as Juan Sanchez was well favoured to win this fight. But what next for Juan Sanchez? I would just see that an Andy Ruiz Jr. fight for Juan Sanchez next. Andy Ruiz Jr. needs to stop running his mouth off. And stop asking for ludicrous money to fight all these top heavyweights. And Andy Ruiz Jr. needs to focus on getting active then. And Andy Ruiz Jr. versus Juan Sanchez on the Fury versus Usyk card in Saudi. I think that fight makes sense. I can see that fight happening on the Fury versus Usyk card. In my personal opinion. Up next, Faith Herdovich against Mark Demori. The easiest fight anyone could predict on this card was Faith Herdovich. Mark Demori, who is obviously well noticeable for using in the first round to David Haye, and Faith Herdovich has replicated that by getting the first round stoppage win of his own on Mark Demori. Faith Herdovich calls number one mandatory with the IBF. Obviously, talk of the vacant of the IBF title becoming vacant if Fury and Usyk have a rematch, and if there's a winner in the Fury-Usyk undisputed fight. And that vacant IBF title will take place between Anthony Joshua and Faith Herdovich. Obviously, we'll talk about AJ later on. But yeah, Mark Demori, piss poor. I said in my preview, I was being nice saying a third round stoppage win with Faith Herdovich. Mark Demori's piss poor. He's not a boxer. I mean, him, Robert Ianez, imagine that as a fight. Dear me. Oh, God. Imagine that as a fight. But, I mean, Robert Ianez, he's basically Chema Collins, right? And Mark Demori is basically Heather Trott from EastEnders. They're both more open. They're both so open than both Chema Collins and Heather Trott's fucking heads. Honestly, Mark Demori is piss poor, and the easiest fight to predict on the fucking card. Let's be real about it. So, but he's only there. But Mark Demori will get paid for it. Will get paid for being probably one of the worst fighters out there. And a nice, easy warm-up for Faith Herdovich. I wouldn't even say it's a pretty warm-up, to be honest with you. It's probably Faith Herdovich probably just waking up from being asleep, to be honest with you. Obviously, that's in a good way for Faith Herdovich, in a good way for all Faith Herdovich, because it was that easy. But yeah, up next, Chai Opataya defeated Aristotle then. No surprise in this one. Chai Opataya, the king of the cruiserweight division right now. He is levels above everyone in the cruiserweight division. Of course, he got stripped of his IBF belt because he wasn't a good enough opponent, and they ordered Paredes. But I'm with Chai. I am with Chai Opataya on this because Paredes wasn't fucking ready to have a rematch. So what's he supposed to do? And Chai Opataya wants to keep active, and he's now chasing money in Saudi as well. But Chai Opataya's done the right thing. He's done the right thing by fighting in Saudi. Now chasing money, and Chai Opataya. I mean, with all due respect to Aristotle is the same level as Sean Thompson. Let's be real. We all said this would be an easy win for Chai Opataya, and it'd be stopped early on. But a brutal knockout by Chai Opataya with his left hand. Brutal knockout. Aristotle didn't get back up after that knockout. And the funny thing was about that, Aristotle was having joy. He was having joy. Aristotle. He was having joy in that fight. He was having joy in that first round. I mean, he had a bit of joy near the end of that first round. Then Chai Opataya, boof, bam. Brutal KO and Aristotle. And good night for Aristotle. It really was. Good night for Aristotle. And what next for Chai Opataya? Obviously, we know what's done me next for I've heard of it. It's done be that anti-Joshua fight. What next for Chai Opataya? I think it has to be go after someone who has a belt. Maybe a Chris Brown-Smith. But I think he's orders a fight with Viapo. Pretty chat. I think the other one is Asian Doorman. I think that's his name. Who has a belt as well. But Chai Opataya, we were all told he has no power. Well, he put them doubters one, didn't he? With that brutal KO. I always said Chai Opataya had power. He always had power. You saw it in John Thompson as well. Absolutely battered John Thompson. Absolutely battered him straight away. Why do people doubt these cruiserweights, honestly? And Chai Opataya, for me, I think he can cause damage in the heavyweight division as well. And this is the thing, right? People were doubting Aizen Usyk when he came over to the heavyweight division, saying, "Oh, who's this pro? Who's this pro? He's a cruiserweight. He's got no chance." And well, look at Usyk now. He's a fucking unified champion, and Usyk could become an undisputed champion in two weight divisions, cruiserweight and heavyweight, if he beats Tyson Fury. I'm telling you right now, watch out for Chai Opataya. Watch out for Chai Opataya in the heavyweight division. Trust me, watch out for him. When he does move to heavyweight, I think he wants to dominate the cruiserweight division first by winning all the belts. But once he's done that, I think he'll move to the heavyweight division, Chai Opataya. And I'll tell you what, he'd be fucking dangerous, I'm telling you. And but yeah, up next was probably, for me, this was the only upset. This was the only upset on the card, and that was Azit Habial defeating the Steri Azimbek Magmudov. And this was a bit of an upset for me because I didn't rate Habial at all. I mean, people told me, yeah, but Habial beat Derek Chisora, but I'm not being funny. Anyone can beat Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora is a serial user with a Polish brain. Let's be real. And he loves his money. That's it. He's only there to get a pension, Derek Chisora. But Azimbek Magmudov, very stary. And first round, Azimbek won the first round for me as well. He won the first round, and we all thought, yeah, right. Azimbek will now start to turn through in rounds 2, 3, and 4. But it seems to all change after that. Habial, beautiful body shots by Habial. And Azimbek didn't like that. He didn't like the body shots at all. And it caused damage to Azimbek. Them body shots from Habial. And after the first round, after the body shots, Habial was on him. was on Azenbet, and Tabiel, fair play, got to stop it in round 4. Got to stop it in round 4, and he knocked Azenbet down a few times before he got to stop it as well. And Tabiel is the hooping heavyweight champion as well. And if anything now, he takes Azenbet's number 3. Surely he's got to take Azenbet's number 3 spot in WBC rankings now. Surely. And for me, Tabiel now deserves a big enough fight now. A big enough fight. Maybe, I don't know, a Daniel Dubois fight next with Tabiel. Something like that. Maybe a Daniel Dubois fight. Obviously, we'll talk about Dubois in a minute. Maybe, I think it has to be someone well notable in the heavyweight rankings as well, heavyweight division, for Tabiel. So, massive win for him. Massive win for Tabiel. Maybe a rematch. Who knows? Maybe a rematch between the two of them. Maybe because we've seen it before where Azenbet might think, I want a rematch. I didn't seem right at all. So that's possibly on the table as well. A potential rematch as well between the two of them. But yeah, there's going to be options out there now for Tabiel. And Tabiel has now put his name out there. Tabiel used to be in with Anthony Joshua, where he used to be like a potential next opponent for Anthony Joshua like every fight. Could that be? Could that fight happen now? Who knows? He's certainly put his name in there now, Tabiel. But I can see, for some reason, a Tabiel Makhmudov rematch happening for some reason. But yeah, up next, Daniel Dubois. Hey, he's made Boston proud, beating the big old Ferraduster, on shoes. Big baby, come on, don't make me up. More like big Ferraduster on shoes, Jamel Miller. A serial trud sheet, Jamel Miller. Get in, Daniel. Wonderful stoppage in round 10, final round as well. I never celebrated so much in boxing in my life. I was fucking urging Daniel Dubois won. And don't let me won first two rounds, Daniel Dubois got it completely won in the first 2 rounds with his plan. He was fighting fire with fire, and with the fantasies in Jamel Miller's body, in terms of his power. We all know where he's got that power from in terms of the juicing from Jamel Miller. I did fear for Daniel Dubois after 2 rounds. Why are you fighting fire with fire? Absolutely dangerous. But Daniel Dubois, after that, stuck to my game plan. Stuck to my game plan of dashing Jamel Miller out. Bottom move. Use a jab as well, Daniel Dubois. And that's what he did. He absolutely dashed Jamel Miller out. I mean, for Jamel Miller, with all the advances he had in terms of his juicing, I mean, it's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? When you cheat in boxing and you still end up using. I mean, come on. But Daniel Dubois, he's the biggest winner. He is the biggest winner on this card. Made Boston proud by beating a serial trud sheet, by beating down a serial trud sheet in Jamel Miller. As for Jamel Miller, piss off, retire, and continue taking your cocaine and drugs. You fucking big Ferraduster on drugs. That's what he is. He's a Ferraduster. Don't know power at all. Big Ferraduster. But no, he was still being boxing, Jamel Miller, and he was still that fight, unfortunately, because he stood for the press conferences, because he is. Because he's a big mouth. Because that's what he is. He just doesn't back it up. But what next? With Daniel Dubois? I mean, Usyk rematch could be potential. Obviously, he wants to target that. Joseph Parker, that's another fight for Daniel Dubois. Then there's options there for Daniel Dubois. But, you know what's something that everyone off the seats is a George Joyce rematch. George Joyce versus Daniel Dubois 2. And that makes it more intriguing because Daniel Dubois obviously lost. That is one of the losses on his record. When Daniel Dubois and George Joyce first came on, they did fight when it was the start of their careers in terms of the heavyweight division. Dubois got the way, George Joyce got the stoppage, didn't they? George Joyce got the stoppage. But that rematch will make it more intriguing now. It'll be a more intriguing rematch because I think people would make Daniel Dubois now favourite for the rematch. Because obviously, with having the fight with Arsen Usyk, with having the fight with Arsen Usyk, of course. And for me, Daniel Dubois, there's options out there for Dubois as well. I mean, a lot of options. But the George Joyce rematch definitely stands out for me for Daniel Dubois. And that would be an intriguing rematch with George Joyce now turning on back to defeats, back-to-back defeats for T.A. San. Yeah, what mind is George Joyce going to be in? Can Daniel Dubois get his revenge over George Joyce after their first fight? Dubois would be favourite in that fight. So I would definitely have to see that next, Daniel Dubois versus George Joyce too. In my opinion, I would definitely like to see that. Then we move on to Dimitri Bivol, who retained his WBA World Light Heavyweight title by defeating Lyndon Arthur, by dominating, by outboxing Lyndon Arthur, which was pretty obvious that was going to happen. Lyndon Arthur, fair play to him though. I think he got a few joyful moments, Lyndon Arthur, but Dimitri Bivol definitely dominates the whole fight. Dimitri Bivol, who hadn't been active before this fight for 1 year, but man, it was so brutal to see Dimitri Bivol back. The way he boxes is unbelievable. Is unreal. His boxing IQ is incredible. His technicality as well is incredible as well. People say Dimitri Bivol hasn't got power and Beterbiev would stop Bivol because Beterbiev would stop power. That's nonsense for me. Bivol knocked Lyndon Arthur down. Was it the first round? And Dimitri Bivol has got power, trust me. Because I watched that fight, I could barely hear the commentators. All I could hear was Dimitri Bivol's punch power. And he's done it. Honestly, Bivol versus Beterbiev for the undisputed light heavyweight champions, the light heavyweight belt, that's all you're gonna hear is fucking punch power from both. Punches from both of them. But that's it, Beterbiev. That's past Tan Smith, of course. Our own Tan Smith, of course. Obviously, the Smith family are well likable, and rightly so. But that is definitely what is next for Dimitri Bivol. It's definitely the undisputed fight with Beterbiev in Saudi. In Saudi as well. And that has to be a main event as well. I don't want to see Bivol versus Beterbiev on the Fury Usyk card because that just won't be right. Well, it won't happen anyways because Beterbiev would be fighting in Shamway against Tan Smith. So it would definitely be a main event in Saudi. Bivol versus Beterbiev if it did happen. Who knows? Bivol versus Tan Smith for undisputed as well. Who knows? But that's what should be next for Bivol. But yeah, Bivol is just beautiful to watch. My fight of the year last year, Dimitri Bivol. So good to see him back, and he's definitely in the list in terms of one of the pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Dimitri Bivol, in my opinion, definitely. Now we go on to the two main events, and the co-main event. Well, look, to be fair, a lot of people predicted Parker to win against Wilder. I didn't. I predicted a 5th round stoppage win for Wilder. But fair play, Wilder applause to Joseph Parker, who's back to his best. Back to Joseph Parker we know, who became world champion. He became world champion as well. Joseph Parker. Getting his hands though. A brilliant game plan to stop Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder just definitely wasn't right at all. simply wasn't right in that fight. Deontay Wilder was just doing what Deontay Wilder does, just relying on his punts. Using every round, and he's been found out. And now he's been found out. Not just against Tyson Fury, but now against Joseph Parker. And Wilder be thinking to himself, how I can't keep doing this now. I can't keep doing this. And I think Eddie Hearn's right. I honestly think Eddie Hearn's right. Deontay Wilder is overrated. It's overrated. All you need to do against Deontay Wilder, avoid the punch, bottom move against Deontay Wilder, and you beat him. And outboxed him as well, which Joseph Parker done. He outboxed Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's yet were absolutely mind-blowing to me. I couldn't see them. I couldn't see Deontay Wilder's yet. Literally, they were like cocktail sticks. Honestly. It's mad with Deontay Wilder. And for me, if I'm Deontay Wilder, I'm worried now. I don't know what's next for Deontay Wilder. I don't know what is next for Deontay Wilder. Because if you name a name to put him up against, he could beat Deontay Wilder. Andy Ruiz, he can beat Deontay Wilder by outboxing him. And we haven't seen Deontay Wilder really against smaller opponents. Andy Ruiz will bottom move, trust me, against Deontay Wilder. Usyk will bottom move against Deontay Wilder. Is the Deontay Wilder Anthony Joshua fight now dead? Well, for me, I'm not being funny. Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder would be Amir Khan versus Hell Plus 2.0. It'll be an awful fight to watch now. Awful fight to watch. Not because of Wilder's performance. We still don't know if Anthony Joshua is back or not. Which we'll talk about Joshua in a minute. Joshua versus Wilder, it's happened too yet now. It has happened too yet. Happened far too yet now. Like Khan versus Brook. Khan versus Brook ended up being a waste of time. All one-way traffic. AJ Wilder could be worse than that. It could be an awful watch. And the fight that has been overrated. No, honestly, we'll talk. Because we'll talk about AJ in a minute, but we need to see, but what next with Joseph Parker? In terms of Deontay Wilder, I'm going to say right now, I'm going to be controversial. I actually think he should retire. Because I don't know what's next with Deontay Wilder. He's 38 years old. He hadn't been that much active before the fight as well. Deontay Wilder was abysmal in that fight against Joseph Parker at the weekend. Absolutely abysmal. We're all waiting there. We're all waiting there every round saying, but Wilder will offensively kick Parker. I was expecting that as well. But he didn't. It's just mind-blowing, really. Just mind-blowing. And for me, I think that's enough evidence he should retire, Wilder. I actually think he should. He should retire. I just don't know what's next with Deontay Wilder. It's interesting because if you look at Deontay Wilder, he's a bit of a super cruiserweight type, isn't he? Bit of a super cruiserweight type. His head's a cruiserweight, but his top half of the body is heavyweight. So he's basically a super cruiserweight, and there has been a division made for super cruiserweight. So maybe he'll be fighting the super cruiserweight division. Who knows? But yeah, for me, I think Wilder. I don't know what's next for Wilder. I really don't. As for Joseph Parker, he has put his name up against everyone now. A potential rematch with Anthony Joshua, potentially. Joseph Parker versus Andy Ruiz too could happen. But the fight that fucking deaths me Yicken, I mean, that sounds wrong. That's my hair. That's the hairs on my arms. Or it's Joseph Parker versus C.A. San. If I'm Joseph Parker, yes, take on this feared C.A. San, who knocked out Joe Joyce twice. Take him on. Take him on, Joe. Take him on. Because Joseph Parker, he ended up getting a fight with Usyk, Fury, or Joshua, in my opinion. So the next best opponent is Seitan, and the fight makes sense. Frank Warren didn't make that fight because Seitan is now with Queensway Promotions as well, and Joseph Parker has done connection with Queensway Promotions as well. Joseph Parker versus Seitan, that should be next for Joseph Parker. Even in China, make that fight in China. Obviously, the Chinese fans will be thinking, "Oh, who's Parker?" But Joseph Parker, he'll get paid well for fighting Seitan in China. And Joseph Parker, if I'm being honest with you, he can win that fight against Seitan. Seitan, of course, has that dangerous punch, firecracker of a punch, but so did Deontay Wilder. And look what Joseph Parker did. You know what the two is? You know what the key is for Joseph Parker is Andy Yee. That's the key for me. Andy Yee, unbelievable trainer. Obviously, he was in Tyson Fury's camp for when Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder 3 times, so he had that plan, Andy Yee, straight away on how to beat Deontay Wilder. He'll have that plan again, Andy Yee. He'll do a bit of analysis and say it's on. And what Joseph Parker needs to do, if it is Seitan next, is just do the same plan, but bottom move, and that's Seitan out. That's him out, which is what Philip Herdefist did in the second half of their fight between Herdefist and Son. Obviously, people think Son won that fight, and I did as well. But that's what Herdefist did. He started to tire Seitan out. What Seitan is, he's more of a first half of the fight for me, where he'll try and get the job done in the first half of the fight. But if you outboss Seitan, bottom move, Seitan, have good feet work, good movement as well. Joseph Parker, by the way, he will fight fire with fire as well. Joseph Parker. This is what is quite underrated about Joseph Parker these days. That he was the more dangerous than Deontay Wilder. He threw a blockbuster overhand right in round 8, which hurt Deontay Wilder. So that is a very intriguing fight for me. Joseph Parker versus Seitan. Honestly, get that fight made. That could be the most intriguing fight in the heavyweight division. I really do think that for me. Has Joseph Parker now put himself back in the top 5 of the current best heavyweights in the world? I think you have to say, yeah, he has. Because he has been active this year. He's had 4 fights. First fight of the year, he was underwhelming against Chap Matsey, who was a cruiserweight, in that Neiman Smith vs. Chris Eubank Jr. undercard, where Parker was underwhelming, but he got the job done. Then he got the first one knocked out in Australia, Joseph Parker, and then he beat Simon Teen on the Fury and Darnu card. And look what he did against Deontay Wilder. And there's no excuses for me from Deontay Wilder. He hasn't been active for 1 year. He should have been ready, Deontay Wilder, for this fight. But he wasn't. Joseph Parker, it seemed like Joseph Parker, for me, it's like sharpness played a part. Sharpness and activeness played a part for me. But well done, Joseph Parker, man. Well done. A very underrated heavyweight because everyone said Joseph Parker was done after he got knocked out by Joe Joyce. After he got stopped by Joe Joyce. Everyone said, oh, he's done. But what do we make of Joe Joyce now? He got beat off San twice. So yeah, that's why I think Parker should fight San next. To see if he can beat San. And if Parker beats San, all of a sudden, it comes back to this description of the heavyweight style-made fights. Style-made fights for me. That's what it is. That's what it is in terms of the heavyweight division. Now we move, but anyways, we will now move on. But that's what should be next for Joseph Parker. Then Seitan. Parker versus San in China. So Joseph Parker can get paid well in China. And it's the most intriguing fight in my opinion, in terms of heavyweight division, after Parker's stock has risen after outboxing Deontay Wilder for the whole 12 rounds and being more dangerous than Deontay Wilder. But we now move on to the main event, Anthony Joshua versus Otto Warren. Bid up to the fourth zone. Hope you're well. And finally, on to Anthony Joshua versus Otto Warren. If you obviously missed this stream so far, you can obviously rewind it. But Anthony Joshua versus Otto Warren, this was the best I've seen AJ. The best I've seen AJ for a long while, for a few years now. He was aggressive, he was accurate, he was clinical, Anthony Joshua. And this was a banana stint. I honestly thought this would be more of a banana stint than Parker versus Wilder. But I think Parker beating Wilder would not be a shock, to be honest with you. Otto Warren beating Joshua would be more of a shock than Parker beating Wilder. And I honestly thought this fight would be the most controversial one, where I thought AJ would get a controversial points decision win. Because I did not know where AJ's mindset was at. I still don't know now. I still don't know where his mindset is at. Is AJ really back? I don't know. Because Otto Warren, for me, he doesn't land on fighters, does he? He doesn't land on fighters. He's more of a tricky southpaw for me, Otto Warren. He's more of a tricky southpaw. Obviously, a lot of people made out of the Tyson Fury versus Otto Warren fight, or Otto Warren cut Tyson Fury, which he did. He cut Tyson Fury. And if that fight between Fury and Warren was in the UK and that happened, Tyson Fury would have a defeat on his record of Otto Warren, because the referee would stop it. But Otto Warren, for me, it just seemed like he was more on the back foot, try and box and move on Anthony Joshua. That's what he tried to do. And that's what he is, Otto Warren. It's more of a southpaw fighter, tricky southpaw. I still need to see Anthony Joshua, for me, as much as his best performance for quite a few years, it really does see a confident AJ then. That's what he was, a confident Anthony Joshua. A happy Anthony Joshua, it really is good to see. I still need to see Anthony Joshua up against a CA San, for example. Someone who will land on Anthony Joshua. Will Anthony Joshua, whenever someone lands on Anthony Joshua, will he crumble like breadcrumbs mentally? Or will he be the Anthony Joshua against Vladimir Klitschko, where he bites on the thumb shield, and doors into the fire with Vladimir Klitschko? I still need to see an Anthony Joshua up against a real live one, like CA San, in my opinion. Even potentially Deontay Wilder, even though I've criticised that Joshua versus Wilder fight now by saying it will be an awful what, it'll be another Amway Khan versus Kell Pro 2.0. But I think the Wilder fight's dead now, in my opinion. Dead in the water. The fight that never happened, it shouldn't be part of. For me, AJ versus CA San, that's what I want to see next for AJ. But if I'm advising Anthony Joshua, I am going down the faking IBF title route and fighting for her defense to become a 3-time world champion. And that's what Anthony Joshua wants. Listen to your fighter, Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, listen to your fighter. Your fighter wants to become a 3-time world champion, but all you care about, Eddie, is about your money. It's about your money. And saying, oh yeah, we'll definitely fight CA San next. No. That shouldn't be happening. In my opinion, because I still have my doubts. If Joshua versus San happens, what happens when CA San lands on Anthony Joshua? What happened to Joseph Parker lands on Anthony Joshua? I mean, let's be real. Joseph Parker, he's got fucking power on him as well. With that overhand right on Wilder in 8th round. I mean, come on now. That's what I need to see. AJ versus Tyson Fury. unfortunately, that fight will happen. If that fight does happen, it will happen in Saudi because both fighters, both of them, you have the money, and both promote well. Eddie Hearn especially loves his money as well. So AJ versus Fury, I can see that fight happening, but it will only be in Saudi. I can only see it happening in Saudi, unfortunately. When it's sub in the UK, that's the number one fight we all want to see in Britain. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. And I still don't know who wins that fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua because they will both be the same height. Anthony Joshua does well against fighters the same height as him. People will say, obviously, the Tyson Fury fans will say, "Oh, Tyson Fury easy," but we'll need to wait and see, won't we? We need to wait and see. We need that fight to happen because this will be a proper meltdown if we never see Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua ever in Britain. A proper uproar meltdown. But that's my opinion, anyways. But much better performance from Anthony Joshua. Best I've seen him for quite a long while, with quite a few years. Accurate, aggressive, clinical, confident, and he didn't back off either. He was the one on the front foot, AJ as well. But for me, what I would make next is AJ versus CA Sam. But if I was advising Anthony Joshua, it's the first IBF title route against Fifth Herdovich, with best chance of becoming a 3-time world champion. Fifth Herdovich, a fight which is a winnable fight for Anthony Joshua, both the same height as well. And Herdovich is one of them fighters for me where not many people are convinced by him. Where it's like, yeah, it's Fifth Herdovich, yeah. He's not a white fighter. But that's what I would do anyways. Biggest card of the year. I have to see Parker versus Son, yeah. Dubois versus Tabiel, yeah. I did mention Tabiel for one of them. An opponent for Tabiel would be Daniel Dubois. And AJ versus Fran Sanchez. Very interesting. Very interesting. I personally think Fran Sanchez will face Andy Ruiz Jr. And I think that fight will happen on the Fury versus Usyk card, in my opinion. And see Fran Horn trying to make that. Well, especially the Saudis as well. But yeah, Parker versus Son. That is, for me, that's the most intriguing fight of the heavyweight division for me. Joseph Parker versus C.A. Son. And for me, that's what I'll do with AJ for me. It's face Fifth Herdovich next with the first IBF title. Listen to your fighter. This is what promoters should be doing. Listen to the fighter. But the promoters don't care about the fighters. Eddie Hearn does not care about Anthony Joshua, people. He doesn't. He only cares about the money, Eddie Hearn. He only cares about the money. If Anthony Joshua fought Say San, right, and Joshua gets beat and gets stopped, and Joshua, yes, say Joshua retired, or if Anthony Joshua went on the Houston streak, for example, Eddie Hearn would be like, I'm getting rid of Anthony Joshua now, and move on to my next star, which is probably Conor Benn. But I'm not going to get into that fucking discussion about Conor Benn. Let's be real. But that's what Eddie Hearn does. He'll just bin them off. Trust me. Once the start done with the Houston streak. Yeah, it's all right saying Eddie Hearn authority, putting him up against Robert Hayenius and Dwayne Franklin, which were easy fights for Joshua to win. Winnable fights for Joshua to win. But I've not seen Eddie Hearn try and test Anthony Joshua, try and put him up against a CA Sam, for example, because he knows Eddie Hearn, that's the dangerous fight for bloody AJ. Because when Sam fucking lands that firecracker on AJ don't sometimes, AJ don't like being hit in recent years. He just didn't like being hit and he fumbled like breadcrumbs. Like we saw in the fight against Andy Ruiz Jr. in the first fight in Madison Square Garden. So it's one of them for me. It is one of them. But that's what I would do. if I was advising AJ, I would definitely go down the first IBF title route and become a 3-time world champion. But as a fan, I would want to see how AJ would do than Seiya-san. When Seiya-san firecracker down on AJ, what state of mind is AJ in if he does that hit? Will he bite on his thumb shield and just take it? Or will he crumble like breadcrumbs then and be like the AJ we saw against Andy Ruiz Jr. in the first fight? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. So, and you see my lucky face then, and you see my lucky face after having that screen up doing the review. So I am done either there for my day of reckoning review. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. I have at times I did raise my voice a bit like Steve Bunce, really, but that's just the assignment, really. Potential assignment of the heavyweight division, but no doubt it'll fucking get us down then, like every year. So feel free to leave your thoughts down below if you're watching this on paper on all the fights down below. Who do you want to see each winner of this fight, of this day of reckoning card, fight next? And what does the future hold for Deontay Wilder? Feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Take care, stay safe, and have a good best of the evening, people. Take care.